Hello everyone, this is the Budget 3 demo video and Budget 3 assignment. This budget is designed to kind of just take a look at that next stage in life that you're going to be dealing with. Now, one of the things that is unfortunate is that many teens do make choices that leave them as single parents. And unfortunately, that does wind up being girls more than guys, but it is unfortunate. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at a single parent budget as a demo, as kind of that idea of moving out. And then we're going to take a look at that, we're just getting married budget and just getting married and what that kind of looks like. And that will be your actual assignment as you're getting married. So with this budget here, first of all, accuracy is important. We've got rent for an apartment and utilities. Now, please make a choice that reflects sustainability lifestyle, right? We're not going too fancy. We got to limit ourselves to a budget. But the parents were kind enough to pay up all the hookup fees, and we already saved enough for the damage deposit and the last month's rent. These are costs you're going to incur when you move out. We're not worried about those. They don't need to be reflected in the budget. We also need to have the child costs of actually having a child in here. Now, we do receive $465.72 in government subsidies. We also have child care costs of $400 and are working 32 hours a week at an after-tax rate of $14 an hour. So we're making a little bit more than minimum wage in this case, but we're not able to work 100% full time. So 32 hours. Right, so if we were to take a look at this, and let's just figure out our income here right now. We've got 32 hours. We're going to multiply that by 14. Gets us 448. Multiply that by 4. Okay, so we're going to multiply that by 4 to get 1792, and we've got $465.72 in government subsidies. So we're going to need to add that as well, 465.72. And so what you notice is that you are left with an income of $2,257.72. Okay. And we've got child care costs of $1,400 per month. $400 per month. That would probably be $100. If you think about that in terms of $100 a week, that is the $25 a day child care. Okay, so our net income, as we've already established, is $2,257.72. We know we've got child care costs of $400, so we are going to fill that in number 10 here with the expenses, $400. Okay, so now, that's just for care of the child. That's not for things like diapers and whatnot. That's just literally, I got to go to work. So that leaves us with $1,857.72 left. The next major thing is going to be the housing. Now, as you may or may not be able to see here, I'll try to pull this over a little bit more. Okay, I found 3 apartments on Kijiji for $950, $997, and $945. We'll pull those apartments up right now. So we've got a 1-bedroom apartment for rent in Belmond, a 2-bedroom one. This looks to be West Central. And we got one downtown. So depending on where you're living, you've got a variety of locations here. Let's just take a look at this one here, simply because it is a 2-bedroom, which means that you don't have to be in the same place as your child. Okay, got some pictures here. Overview. This includes your heat and water. It does not include your electricity. Cable and internet deals. There's a gym nearby. It's not furnished. Sitting about 9 square feet. Not smoking is permitted. Pet friendly. So this looks like a relatively decent apartment on the West End. We'll have to toss in like $50 also for utilities, but this is not a super bad apartment. We can take a look at a couple more of the pictures here. Some of these are the common areas that you do have access to. This would be actually in the apartment. Okay, so coming back to the budget, housing, we're going to put in $997, and we're going to include an extra $40. This is just for electricity because the water is already paid for within that. Some home insurance, you're only going to need renter's insurance, and so this would be in the neighborhood of approximately $10 a month. Communication, probably it's going to be just a cell phone, and so this is looking to be, let's just put this as a $57.72, and that's going to just take care of our round numbers here and put us into some round numbers. So we've got $997 minus 50 minus 57.72. That leaves us with a total of $753. I would suggest that life insurance, we should have life insurance here. Life insurance, and we're going to go with just a very sort of basic package, and we'll call that $25, because you'll want to at least be supporting your kid in the event of death. Bank fees, if we're able to get a good banking package, that might be about $15. And that leaves us with about $700 left, $713. Food is a big one. Always over budget food. We're going to put in $500 here, which if you're not realizing here, that doesn't leave you very much for anything else. We're going to need to put something in for entertainment. I'm going to give this $50 for entertainment, $50 for clothing and gifts, $50 here. We're going to put in 23 here, minus 150 minus 23. That leaves us $40 left, and that $40 is going towards bus pass. Notice this does not save anything for Christmas or education. Buying a car, very difficult on the budget here. And a lot of that's because, again, if you were a single person living on your own, maybe you could get a better deal or get a roommate or something. That would split some of those costs of the housing. And you have got the child care expenses as well as food budget's probably a little bit higher because, again, you're feeding 2 people here. And this is only about $120 a week. If you really start to think about how much you're spending in food. This is a very tight budget. Now, we'd go through here your overall balance. Again, calculating it out, this is 0. And we haven't been able to fill in a lot of these other things that we might want to do. This is why a lot of people who wind up being single parents it becomes very much a struggle, because you don't have any money to go into education or whatnot on an income like this. It is manageable, but it is difficult. And we'd be filling these in again, and our reflection question with this demo budget would be, what surprised you? It's a tight budget. If you were living without, you would have a lot more spending money. Right? You could reduce the food, you could reduce the housing costs probably by half by having a roommate. And so all of a sudden now you've got an extra $1,000 that can go towards your education if you're a student, or just actually building up for retirement, emergencies, and other personal savings. Okay, so comm students, your budget, your actual assignment is you're getting married. It's an exciting time. So instead of becoming a single parent, right, having the one become two by having a child, this is the one becoming two by having a spouse, right? So this is a newlywed couple, right? Getting married has left us with some expenses. So what are some of the accuracy things? Well, first of all, should include rent, utilities, and communications. Cell phone only, as provided by Mr. Dunbar. And we already kind of established about $60 for a cell phone. So the two would be about $120. And the apartment, well, it's going to be the same. Right? We've got saved up $1,500. We've got $3,000 total in gifts donated towards this wedding. So we've got $4,500 already towards this wedding. Your imaginary spouse says that you can't just elope and keep all this money. You need to spend at least $2,500 of it. Now, if you want more, that's great. You do both have a car. It's paid for, meaning you don't owe anything on it, but you should include some gas and maintenance with this. And your combined after-tax income is $58,000 annually. $58,000 annually. That translates into $58,000 divided by 12. That translates to $4,833 per month. So now we're living in that apartment, but instead of having about $2,200, we've got $4,800 because we got two income earners. And we don't have the childcare expenses. Right? You decide you're also going to be saving up for some sort of large expenditure. I don't care what that is. You tell me. And you're going to fill it in. So, a few numbers here. Again, $4,833. Housing, we're going to include as $1,300. So we're going with a slightly better apartment. Communication at $125, and the utilities is $95. Those are given to you because this is just what you and your imaginary spouse are moving into. Okay, one other thing that I should just point out is that your child care fees are $0 in this scenario. You do not have a child yet. Now, here, line 25, this is unique and unique to this line only because you got some money going into savings, right? And so if you were, I'll do this couple of scenarios. Let's do one in red here first of all. If, let's say, you've got $4,500 and you're only spending $2,500 on a wedding, then the balance you put here is $2,000. Okay, positive $2,000, because that's how much money you have left over. But let's say you're going with a $4,500 wedding, so something a little bit fancier. Then that would be a 0 here. That's for a $4,500 wedding. Well, let's say if instead of that you're going with a $10,000 wedding. Minus 10,000, that equals a negative 5,500. So you'd put negative 5,500 here. The monthly budget is here, but if you've got something negative here, line 21 is money in the regular budget, and this might be, I don't know what it is, you're going to figure it out, but let's just, for sake of example, let's say $500 a month is going to other personal savings. The first 11 payments is going to pay off this wedding. 5,500 divided by 500 goes to that. And then everything else goes to something that you are saving for. Right? You're going to be saving up for an item. I don't know if it's a house. I don't know if it's a new car. I don't know if it's a boat. You know what? Your imaginary spouse in this imaginary scenario is very, very, very much about what you want. You decide what you want. Maybe this is a trip or some sort of vacation. And the reflection question, make sure you include this. This is also 2 marks, is what type of wedding you want. Why are these things important? Tell me a little bit about this wedding. Okay? You cannot do a $200 elope. Your imaginary spouse won't allow you to do that. But beyond that, your spouse will pretty much allow you to do anything in terms of the wedding that you want. Right? And so make sure you include that reflection question at the end. Okay? If you do have any questions, let me know, but that's just a little bit about Budget 3 and some of the scenarios that we got going on here. Hope this helps. Have a good day.